What is not a bullet you dodged, but a huge tactical nuke you dodged? I was 11 when the world started getting fuzzy. Not the forgot your glasses kind of blurry either. Just my left eye. It wasn't sudden, more like the brightness dimmed a little every day. I thought maybe I was tired or had scratched something. I didn't tell anyone at first. Kids don't run to adults over every little thing, especially when they're scared it might be something big. Within 2 weeks, I couldn't see anything out of that eye. That got attention. I remember sitting in the back of my mom's car on the way to the optometrist, holding my hand over my good eye and trying to convince myself I could see shapes, colors, anything. But it was just gray. The optometrist checked me out, then got really quiet. He left the room and came back with another doctor. They talked in hushed tones, avoided eye contact, and told us we needed to go to a specialist, fast. That specialist sent us for MRIs, scans, blood work. A week later, we were in a different office altogether, and a man in a white coat sat across from my mom and told her I had a tumor in my left optic nerve, a brain tumor, the kind that spreads. I was 11, sitting there with a Power Rangers sticker on my hoodie and no clue what any of it meant. I remember my mom crying, and I remember the doctor's tone when he said the words, likely malignant and aggressive, and even with treatment. He gave me a 1.5 years. That was with chemo and radiation. My mom nodded, asked the questions, took notes. I just sat there staring through one eye, trying to understand how I'd gone from playing soccer at recess to a death sentence in less than a month. They scheduled surgery, said the eye had to go. It was too far gone, and the risk of the tumor spreading into the brain was higher the longer it stayed in. I don't remember much of the surgery, just the IV, the countdown, and then waking up with a bandage over half my face, and the most bone-deep exhaustion I've ever felt. The pain wasn't even the worst part. It was the nothingness, that hollow space where my eye used to be. I kept reaching up to touch it, just to make sure it was real. Then came chemo, radiation, the whole 9 yards. For months, I was in and out of hospitals more than I was in school. Lost my hair, lost a bunch of weight, threw up more times than I could count, but I kept going, one foot in front of the other. Somewhere around month 5, they started using the word responding. The tumor hadn't spread. My body was fighting back. The treatments were working. By the end of year 1, the scans looked clear. They made me ring a stupid bell in the oncology wing. Everyone clapped. I didn't feel happy. I felt tired, like I'd barely survived a war I didn't sign up for. But I did survive. I'm 28 now, been disease-free for over 15 years. Still have to do the occasional scan just in case, but no signs of anything since. I got fitted for a prosthetic eye, one of those realistic ones that you can barely tell is fake unless you're staring hard. Kids used to call me a pirate in middle school. I leaned into it, wore an eye patch for Halloween 3 years in a row. There's a photo my mom keeps in a little frame on her bookshelf. It's from the summer before it all started. I'm standing in the backyard with a garden hose, spraying my dog, laughing with both eyes wide open. Every time I see it, I feel this cold chill in my chest, because I know what was already growing behind that left eye. Just a shadow a few cells deep, something that had already started changing everything. I think about how close it was, how it could have spread in the days I waited to tell someone, how it could have moved faster, how I could have ignored it longer, how 1.5 years was the best case scenario, and I beat it. Not a bullet, not even close. That was a full-on tactical nuke aimed straight at my brain, and somehow they intercepted it just in time. Took my eye, left me a little lopsided, but spared the rest of me. Some people get lucky. I got lucky and unlucky at the same time, but I'm still here. Still a Cyclops, still alive,